Hey there, Willowbrook. My name is Bobby Ann, and today we are in Exodus chapter 3. Now, when we get to Exodus chapter 3, something really unusual happens. It's certainly unusual for the time in which Moses lived, but if we're honest, it's unusual for now too. All of a sudden, a bush is burning, but not burning. It's not burning up. Now, inside my house, where I probably should be right now, it's nice and toasty with a propane fireplace, which means it's burning, but nothing is burning up. So for us, that may not seem like such a big deal, but here, when God is getting Moses' attention, it's a huge deal. There weren't any propane fireplaces. And so here we see God calling out to Moses through a burning bush. What I want you to see as we look at this story, though, is when we get to verse 5, it says, "Do not come any closer," God said. "Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground." Then God goes on and he tells Moses who he is and what he is calling him to do. As I thought about this, where God is telling Moses, this ground that you stand on is holy ground. Why is it holy? Because God has been with Moses all along. In fact, scripture tells us that God is everywhere. He is omnipresent. But what's happening here is that God is making his presence known. And this is a pretty significant event, because though God is with us all the time, there are times when God makes his presence abundantly known. So much so that God says, that ground where I revealed myself to you, it is holy ground. Has there been a time in your life where God has revealed his presence to you in such a powerful way that when you revisit that time or that place, it feels like you've entered into some holy ground? I know for me, I think back to my time in college and the place where I went to college. God made his presence abundantly clear and his activity was evident all around me constantly. So every time I go back and I visit, it feels like I'm taking a step onto some holy ground. I'd encourage you today, if you've experienced God in that way, revisit that. Maybe if you can't go there physically, revisit that spiritually, acknowledging that God has shown himself to you. Remember what he showed you. Remember what he's called you to, and acknowledge that we serve a holy, set apart God. I hope that you have a warm, great day.